got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
Get fucked. Oh, it's Kimmy! Wow! We have a Ferrari as a rival. Who would have thunk it? Welcome back to Casual Gamer Oz. F1 2017 Career Mode, Season 6. We're in a Toro Rosso. And will he be our teammate next year? Or will we be replacing him? Who knows? We are at round 15 here in Sepang in Malaysia. And coming off a disappointing result in Singapore, 5th. Which I guess overall was a brilliant result considering where we were a season ago. Our reputation's still going up highly with the fact that we're finishing ahead of where we want to be. But considering that we've won a lot of races this year and gotten a few poles, we're going to try how we go. Now, best qualifying here in Malaysia is 8th. Best finish here is 6th. Let's do this. Alrighty. This is always a hit and miss circuit for us, isn't it? Mainly more of a miss, but we'll see how we go. God, that sun is difficult to see that racing line. And this is where a lot of you are saying, well, don't have the racing line. No. Welcome to Casual Gamer Oz, folks. We're duds, remember? Okay. Now, we've kept the difficulty level on 60 here. We're going to drop it down to 10 for Suzuka. Just because, again, that's a bit of a shit circuit for us. So we're going to keep that down as we push forward to try and aim for a Ferrari drive next year. As, whoa, I get all out of shape in that corner. Probably should use a flashback, but I'm not going to. Again, if this is the first ever time watching this and you're thinking, well, don't use a flashback, that's cheating. We're obviously using them here to help out our career moving forward into Season 7, because we are so sick of driving for fucking Toro Rosso. Even though long-term watchers, of course, are going, oh, but you got enough to drive for Red Bull. Yes, we know, but that was midway through the season. We wanted it at the end of the season, and we risked it to go towards a Ferrari drive. Anyway, I've done the talking. You will know, I've said it 1,000 times before if you've watched these videos. So anyway, hello to Shedmeister and that weird Portuguese guy. Alright, it's looking like we're going to be top 10 here, which we haven't been in a very long time in Malaysia. If we can maintain this, of course, 13th is our minimum. It's going to be a bad start to our rival with Kimi Raikkonen. But rivalry is the least of our concerns here. It's our reputation that we ultimately want. Vettel is our championship contender because he is leading the championship and we are second in the championship. We're going to get 7th here, our best ever qualifying in Malaysia. Yes, we will. Thank you. So am I. 7th. Good job. Alrighty, we'll take it. Still haven't been outside the top 10 since Spain, so that's pretty good. So yeah, Ferrari front row. We're just behind the Red Bulls. That won't really hurt our reputation too much. But Red Bulls already full. We've got to impress those Ferraris and Mercedes moving forward. Alrighty, let's get excited for Malaysia. We'll do that now. Best finish, as I said, 6th here. We've only ever gotten points here twice actually. The last 2 years, 7th, 6th. So we're on for 5th here if traditions go well. Alrighty, we need to get this reputation still flowing. Our last natural race for at least the next 2 rounds till we get past Suzuka. We'll see how we ultimately fare. Excuse me while I yawn. Alright, we need to get to 1,000. Maybe we'll just keep our development points for our next team. Yeah, we're losing already. We understood that. Oh yeah, see, Red Bull does drop down ever so slightly because they out-qualified us. Although Ferrari and Mercedes kind of hover around that little area there. But, yeah, interesting. Haas still very much want us. Dry race, that's good. Alright, we need to win this. Podium, minimum. We want to win this Grand Prix, though, folks. We need to win this. Flashbacks are in play, as we know. But we need to win this to get our reputation level up. We need to have a nice, clean race with the Ferraris and the Mercedes so that they want us. We just want to be loved. Oh, yawn again. Well then, always yawning on these videos. I apologise, people. Alrighty. Don't know what the fuck that was. Alright, we're on the inside. That's good. Rich mode selected. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go, go, go. Malaysia is underway. We get a slightly slow start. We don't want anyone creeping to the right of us here. We kind of do! And oh, luckily we have flashbacks because we had a dickhead behind us. Who was that? Who was the dickhead who took us out? Looking like it's going to be a Renault. Oh, goodness. Oh, we took out a couple of cars there on the way through. Why not? Now, you've got to obviously get the flashback in the right spot. The last thing you want is to permanently get yourself stuck in a state of purgatory with the flashback where you're always going to get retired. I did that once in F1 2016. Whoa, whoa. Did I avoid damage there? Warning, collision with Vettel, my championship rival. Wonder if that detracts a little bit of their reputation with you, Ferrari. Didn't get any damage, I don't think. And I can take the lead up here. And at least take the Mercedes of Hamilton. We do. So our rival, Kimi, I've already banged wheels with his teammate and our championship rival. Ferrari, in terms of our reputation, are probably going, oh no, we don't want them. They just keep driving into us. Well, I would say that Vettel was in the wrong there as much as I was. No damage, that's good. Still in rich mode here. I think we can get Kimi. This corner here always gives me a bit of a slide coming out of it. We're going to keep it in rich mode for the time being, because obviously down this back straight we want to get as close as we can to the Kimster. In second, a position though that we've just only ever finished once in our entire time here on Casual Gamer Oz. All our podiums are either generally firsts or thirds. So in a way I'd almost be happy with second, but we want to win. We want to win. We're going to be leading the World Championship no matter what if positions stayed the same right now, because we are significantly at least 2 places behind Vettel. 3 places, because he's actually down in 5th. So there you go. Our championship, it seems to keep going, like 1st, 5th, 5th, 1st, whoever leads, doesn't it? Of course, I'm going to get into the lead of this Grand Prix first. I'm not in the lead yet. I think I can get Kimi. I'm going to maintain this rich mode. I'm going to get DRS, of course, next lap. But I won't use that to the last part of the circuit, of course. Alright, I've got to maintain this gap moving forward. I've set a purple first sector. That's what we want. Still keeping up pace with him. Very, very close to the Kimster. He's, of course, my new rival. First time we've had a real major rival in this game. I mean, outside of Force India and bloody Haas and Renault, an actual Ferrari. No Williams or Red Bull. They put us straight into the big boys. Maybe this is a real sort of like final test in terms of what you can do next season. Interesting. We lose all the time in the world though in that middle sector. We always lose time in that sector there. We have a great first and a great last sector, but that middle sector at Malaysia always kills us. Always kills us. And we just can never get close enough. It is a circuit that's a bit like that. It's going to maintain the rich mode though. So we stretch our legs on our engine up this back straight into the last hairpin before we go down the main straight here. And whoa, we run ourselves very wide there. That's not a good feeling. DRS enabled coming up right about now. Thank you, Jeffrey. I did just say that. I don't think we're going to catch him now. I think we're going to be on for second place here in Sepang. Just because I feel that we're just too slow in the middle sector to catch him. We're burning through our fuel, something chronic. I'm going to have to switch it to standard revs very shortly. We go purple again in the first sector, but again, that's not going to count for nothing if we can't somehow have a clean middle sector here, which we just can never do. It's a terrible feeling. I pushed myself wide there again. It's this little sequence of corners here that always throws me. And Hamilton's hanging on to the back of me here. It's going to be interesting when I put it down to standard revs to see just how much trouble he's going to cause me. And I always get that slide again. Tricky dicky of a corner. Set my personal fastest, so coming through that middle sector, so that's something. But again, I'm way down on Kimi. Let's put it in standard. We're going to just have to maintain ourselves in a standard rev situation here. And I think we're going to have to be satisfied with second at this Grand Prix, folks. We're not going to get the win. But again, as I said, I'll be satisfied with second. We'll still take the lead in the championship, and we should get a nice boost in reputation, particularly from Mercedes. Not sure how Ferrari will fare, considering we kind of collided with one of their cars in the first corner and we got beaten by another one. And of course, it just has to be our rival winning the race. And he'll sort of loosely keep himself in championship contention. I think he was only 40 points behind, so he'll move himself up there, Kimi. So still within a bit of a whiff. And of course, Kimi hasn't won a championship in this game. Vettel's won the last 3. Hamilton won the first 2, and then of course the only 2 of F1 2016. So if Vettel is to win this, it will actually be 4 apiece in terms of Casual Gamer Oz, what you've seen. So there you go. And Vettel, of course, will then move to 8 World Championships. In real terms, Hamilton will be stuck on 7. So Vettel will officially have 1 more World Championships than Michael Schumacher. There you go. That's another reason for me to win the World Championship this year, is to prevent that from happening. Alright. Focus on the race here, Ben. Your penultimate lap. Penultimate? That's not a word. Vettel hanging onto the back of Bottas there. Bottas is rubbish. Surely, like, not in real life, in this game, he is rubbish. He's never been in contention for a championship. He barely wins a Grand Prix. So you got to feel that, you know, Mercedes surely would rather me than Bottas. Just a bit of an inkling in terms of this game was realistic. Kimi vaulting away. This is the first time in a long time. I know I said that in Singapore about a car vaulting away, but in a dry race, I mean, yeah, until we struggle here in terms of overall pace. Japan, we're going to cheat a little bit, of course, and drop down the difficulty level very much so we can, well, I think we're going to probably win it based on the difficulty, but at least get ourselves high on the race terms. Raikkonen, fastest lap, he's creaming it. He's creaming it, he's creaming it. And he's going to take all the ticks in terms of the rivalry. And hopefully, though, I will be doing enough to make Ferrari want me in that car next year. Kimi can hang up the helmet. We find ourselves now on the last lap. We might put it into rich mode just to find ourselves eking slightly away from Lewis. It's not about catching Kimi, of course. It's about maintaining that gap to Lewis behind us. There's a Red Bull hanging onto the back of Sebastian Vettel there. I think that's Ricciardo. So good for Red Bull to be able to manage that. Obviously, we lost a bit of reputation with them having been out-qualified by them here. But I'm sure we're going to gain that straight back, having a wallop the floor with them here in race capacity. After they obviously a little bit sulky that we decided not to take their first driver off first time around, midpoint of this season. They'll give it to us again. At least second driver, I feel. And if they don't, my God, this game is just rigged. And we know that midway through next season, I'll have to take the offer, of course. Alrighty, Kimi's going to win. We're going to get second. It's a position we have not finished in since the first season of F1 2016 in the Canadian Grand Prix. It's been a long time between getting second and the silver. It's kind of satisfying to be able to say that we're going to get it. Kimi Raikkonen will win the Grand Prix. He's at the fastest lap in doing so. We will get second position in Malaysia. Satisfied with that result. And you can see he's pumping his fist. Jesus, you're happier than some of the wins I've had. What's wrong with you, weirdo? Anyway, let's have a look at the podium. We haven't seen ourselves in second, as I said, in quite some time. Yeah, alright, cool. We want this part of the podium. There it is. Kimi, you're going to smile. Sort of. Hopefully they'll be cheering me next year in that car. Well done, Kimi. You get yourself in the championship hunt still. And we, meanwhile, celebrate slightly there as we jerk off that bottle of champagne. Everyone ignores the second place driver, it seems. Oh, they're going to kiss. No. Not quite. Alright. So, Raikkonen wins. I'm second. Hamilton, Bottas, Vettel. Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Perez, Verstappen, Massa. Let's have a look at the standings. We take the lead.
I think I'll have to give it to the Toro Rosso driver.
I just wanted to hear if I got driver of the day, and I did. So we take the lead. 4 points now. Look, actually, Hamilton's still within a shot. 5 rounds to go. Technically, Bottas is within a shot mathematically, but you've got to say it's between myself, Vettel, and Kimi. 29 points separating the top 3. Interesting. Constructors, well, Ferrari have all but won that. And it's a lot closer at the top more so because we're taking a lot more points. We should beat Red Bull, so that's a good thing. All right. We've got 5 more rounds to go of this season. And we're going to, as I keep saying to you 101 times before, chop down this difficulty for Suzuka to allow us to keep a good reputation level. And right now, like, we're just going to see, I'm going to yawn again. Cool. We're not anywhere near 1,000 where we need to be. Now we're going to lose this fight here, aren't we? Yeah, we're down by 3 already. Reputation. Oh, look at Mercedes really wanting us all of a sudden. Ferrari doesn't really move that much, but if you look at the grand scheme of things, the top 3, so obviously 3 offer it. So Mercedes, Red Bull, and Haas. But behind Williams and Force India, Ferrari are next there. So, we might be driving a Mercedes next year. I'd like to think we can get a Ferrari, but it might be realistic to be in a Mercedes. Alright, we're going to be off to Japan. We're going to reduce the difficulty slightly, but thanks for tuning into Casual Gamer Oz. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll speak to you in Suzuka. Good night.